I'm Kelly Lynch for SocialiteLife.com, and joining me is singer-songwriter and actor Jesse McCartney. Hey, Jesse.
Hey, Kelly. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So your new single, Back Together.
Yeah.
What's behind that? What's the story behind it?
Well, it was written only a few months ago, actually. I was in New York, and I was working with a group of producers called The 11. And there's three guys. They're all these Berkeley grads, super musical guys.
Yeah.
And I went into this album with the intention of making a very musical record. I wanted it to have sort of a retro feel, and I really was into having live horns and live instruments. And one of these guys actually has a master's in trumpet, which is like, you know, it's kind of bizarre. And I had heard about some of their music, and these guys were making the climb in the producer world. And so I flew to New York, and I jumped in with them, and we hit it off immediately. And one of the songs that we started with was Back Together, and we were just kind of sitting around the studio, hanging out. We were eating Chinese food, and we were talking about old relationships that we had been in, and we sort of got on this this path of like what it would be like to get back together with an ex. Mm-hmm. And we all started sharing our own stories, and those stories became the lyrics to this song, and it became the song that it is now. And it's definitely one of our favorites. We put live horns on it, and it sort of has that late 70s, early 80s retro feel. And much of the album will sound a lot like Back Together.
Cool. Mm-hmm. So you're not just a musical heartthrob, you are an acting one as well. Is there one that you prefer over the other?
I don't really know if we're talking about music or acting, or being a musical heartthrob or an acting heartthrob.
Why not both?
In terms of like music and acting, it's always been a balancing act for me. I started when I was very young. I was about 9 years old, and I started in musical theater. Yep. And I had to do both, really, on stage, on the live stage. And as I got older, I sort of branched out and tried different things, television and film, and a solo career came like 15 or 16 years old, and I sort of went with that. Yeah. But I really, I still loved acting, and I've tried to maintain that balance throughout the years. Yeah. And so far, I've been pretty successful at trying to do so with the help of a lot of people around me. But I don't know that I could ever really give one of them up. I enjoy them both so much, and as long as people will have me on their show, and as long as people will come to see me on stage, I'm going to try my best to do both. Cool.
So you're touring with the Backstreet Boys and DJ Pauly D. Mm-hmm. What's it like touring with DJ Pauly D?
He's actually the nicest guy. I've never really watched Jersey Shore. Yeah. But I knew that he was like this DJ that was traveling around. Actually, I was in Vegas a year ago, and I saw that he was performing one night, and we were at a club one night, a dance club, and he was performing, and everyone loved this guy. And
he's always in the zone when he's DJ.
I found out a year later, oh, you're going to be touring with him, and I didn't know what to expect. Yeah. But he's so nice to everybody and everyone, as are the Backstreet Boys. It's really a fun group to be on tour with. And we've only had a few nights off on the road. It's a pretty stacked tour in terms of the dates, but on the few nights that we do get off, we've had a great time. We've bar hopped around the country and eaten at some great restaurants, and it's a good group.
Be honest, his hair products take up probably, what, half of the bus?
He said to me, I was like, dude, that's some serious hair. He's like, it's a process. It takes 20 minutes.
That's what he said.
I was like, oh, cool. All right.
He seems like a cool guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
So, next question, who is your celebrity crush?
My celebrity crush? Oof. I had the chance to talk with her right after Superbad, and this was right before she kind of blew up, but we were at the Met Gala in New York.
Fancy.
And we were walking sort of up the stairs together, and we kind of got stuck in line together, and we just started talking. She's the sweetest girl ever, but Emma Stone. And watching her career blossom has been a lot of fun, because I know like she's such a sweetheart. Yep. So
and she seems like a very, very girl's girl, very nice person.
And just very elegant and classy and well balanced, and I think she's a phenomenal actress, and she's like a young Julia Roberts. It's fun to see that, happen with somebody that you've met early on in their career.
Yep. Awesome. Well, thank you, Jesse.
Yeah, thank you, Kelly.
So thank you for joining us. And don't forget to check out Jesse's new single, Back Together, available on iTunes now, and check out the new EP coming out in October.